Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I am Uzma Jafri. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Friday, the 31st of March. Explosion in Pakistan's mosque kills at least 22, injures dozens. India's biggest river festival inaugurated by President Pranab Mukherjee in Assam. And now for all the details. Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Razak, who arrived in India on Thursday, met with South Indian superstar Rajinikanth on Friday at his residence in Chennai city. Razak and his wife enjoy Indian cinema, and so the Malaysian authorities had requested the actors' team to fix an appointment between the two. Razak, who is on a 5-day visit to India, also met with the provincial governor C. Vidyasagar Rao in Chennai on Thursday. The Malaysian Premier will also meet Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi in New Delhi to boost bilateral relations between the two nations during his visit. The two leaders will sign a number of bilateral agreements which are expected to cover a range of issues. Meanwhile, in Pakistan, an explosion rocked Pakistan's Pararichar city on Friday, a mainly Shia Muslim area on the Afghan border. Our report.
A bomb allegedly targeting a mosque in Pakistan's northwestern city of Parchinar killed at least 22 people on Friday and wounded dozens in an attack claimed by the Tehrik-i-Taliban Pakistan, alternately referred to as the Pakistani Taliban. The explosion in a remote area bordering Afghanistan came as people gathered for Friday prayers near the women's entrance of a Shia mosque in the central bazaar, the latest in a series of attacks across Sunni-majority Pakistan this year. The local political agent, Ikramullah Khan, said the death toll had reached 22, with 70 wounded. According to reports, gunfire preceded the blast and is described as a suicide attack. The city is located in an area with a large Shia population. Pakistan has seen an upsurge in violence since the beginning of the year. Last month, more than 80 people were killed in an attack at a Sufi shrine in Sindh province. The Islamic State militant group said it carried out the attack.
Moving on, the United States is concerned about Russia's presence in Afghanistan and its interactions with Taliban fighters, U.S. Defense Secretary Jim Mattis said on Friday. During a bilateral news conference with British Defense Minister Michael Fallon in London, Mattis said that it made cooperating with Russia difficult. Mattis added that he had not yet decided whether to recommend an increase in U.S. troop numbers in Afghanistan.
I'm not willing to say at this point if that is manifested into weapons and that sort of thing, but certainly what they're up to there in light of their other activities gives us concern. I would just say that we look to engaging with Russia on a political or diplomatic level, but right now Russia is choosing to be a strategic competitor, and we're finding that we can only have very modest expectations at this point of areas that we can cooperate with Russia.
And wisdom. Secretary.
In news from Afghanistan. Afghanistan is holding the first ever mixed martial arts competition to choose a champion from domestic clubs in the country. It is being seen as a constructive pastime for young people in a country ravaged by war and poverty.
Amid booming music and cheering fans, Afghans gathered to watch the country's first professional mixed martial arts fights to help distract them from the deadlier violence that continues to plague their country. Sports like cricket and soccer often garner national attention in Afghanistan, but others see sports like mixed martial arts or MMA not only as entertainment but as an opportunity for young people to excel at a sport. Some fighters said that they now dream of being a part of the international competitions.
هر فایتر در آرزو می داشته باشه که از این مسابقات بیشتر و بیشتر و بیشتر مسابقات خارجی داشته باشن. ما آرزوی ما است که بیشتر رشد کنیم و مسابقات خارجی داشته باشیم.
Having international events and asking fighters from other countries to come and participate here in Afghanistan. But of course, with the current situation of the country, it becomes that much more difficult to convince somebody to come and participate in an event such as this here.
So far, only young men have competed in a handful of competitions, but organizers say that they are training women fighters as well. The walls of the club feature posters of American MMA fighter Ronda Rousey.
The biggest river festival of India, Namami Brahmaputra, began in northeastern Assam province on Friday. Indian President Pranab Mukherjee inaugurated the festival on the banks of the river.
The 5-day-long Namami Brahmaputra festival is being organized by the government of Assam with an aim to strengthen the bonds among various communities of Assam. Special arrangements were made for the inauguration ceremony held on Friday. Security was beefed up in and around Guwahati ahead of the visit of the president. The city was decked up ahead of the festival. Big banners and hoardings were put up across the city. This festival is likely to give a boost to the investment and tourism prospect in the province. The festival will conclude on April 4.
More on news from India. A zoo in India's western Gujarat province has brought in a host of measures to provide relief to inmates from soaring temperatures. Mercury hovered about 40 degrees Celsius across the country.
Authorities of Sayaji Bagh Zoo in Vadodara city have been using various cooling methods like covering roofs of enclosures with dry grass and spraying water in the cages to mitigate the possibility of heat strokes among animals. Rising temperatures adversely affects the metabolic rate of animals. The first impact is apparent through a reduced appetite.
ये बार अपना जो वेदर फोरकास्ट डिपार्टमेंट है, इन्होंने पहले ही हीट वेव आएगी इस बात का अनुमान पहले ही लगा दिया था, तो उस चीज़ को ध्यान में रखते हुए हमने काफ़ी पहले से हमने तैयारी करने की शुरुआत कर ही दी थी। पक्षियों के जो पिंजरे हैं उसके ऊपर हमने घास के बने जो पर्दे आते हैं वो बनवा के हमने उसके ऊपर लगवा दिए हैं, जिसके ऊपर सुबह शाम पानी का छिड़काव किया जाता है, जिसकी वजह से पिंजरों के अंदर तापमान बना रहे और पिंजरे के अंदर ठंडक बनी रहे।
According to the Indian Meteorological Department or IMD, heat wave conditions would prevail in parts of Gujarat for another 2 to 3 days. The IMD has been issuing heat wave warnings across northern, western and central regions of India, particularly in Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and northern Maharashtra provinces.
India is a confluence of cultures and has many places of historical significance that makes it a popular tourist destination. A monastery in northern Himachal Pradesh province is one such place that offers serenity and beautiful architecture to tourists.
The Sunglakhang Monastery, located in the McLeodganj suburb of Dharamshala city in the province, is a top tourist attraction as well as a pilgrimage site. It houses Photang, Sunglakhang Temple, Tibet Museum and Namgyal Gompa, which is adorned prayer wheels and Buddhist shrines.
धर्मशाला में मुझे जो अट्रैक्ट किया वो था दलाई लामा का यहाँ होना, और जिस हिसाब से वो वर्ल्ड पीस के लिए काम कर रहे हैं, उनको नोबेल प्राइज़ मिला हुआ है, सो बहुत महान व्यक्ति है उसी वजह से, और यहाँ की जो नेचुरल ब्यूटी है वो मुझे यहाँ पे खींच के लाई है।
यहाँ का एटमॉस्फेयर और जो नेचुरल ब्यूटी है, और ये प्लेस भी बहुत अच्छा है, हिस्टोरिकल प्लेस है, सो इंटरेस्टिंग है।
The monastery is beautifully built. Its positive atmosphere and warmth of the people gives a home-like feeling. Thousands of tourists, both domestic and foreign, flock the place to know about Tibetan culture and their struggles.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. Explosion in Pakistan's mosque kills at least 22, injures dozens. India's biggest river festival inaugurated by President Pranab Mukherjee in Assam. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time next week. Have a great weekend.